And welcome to the Audiophile Barista weekly vlog number 102. Today I have one item for you. I think it's very interesting. It is recorded on my phone, so audio and video quality is a little bit less, but because it is about VHS and Laserdisc, I thought, well, maybe this is appropriate. So I hope you enjoy it. Let's take a look. Okay, so I created a little studio with some studio lights, and I took my phone, which has a very wide angle setup, in order to be able to show you everything at one go. So what we have here is you have a loudspeaker and a loudspeaker, the AV receiver in between. There is a TV here, but I'm going to talk about this CRT TV, because this is what we used to have and is mostly for analog sources. And if you look in here, you can see my little setup with, down there is a DVD player, and this is a DVD player with a SCART out, not HDMI, SCART out. This is a VHS player, of course. This is my wonderful Laserdisc player. I can play all three on this TV, and I can play all three, if you look at sound, through the AV receiver on these two loudspeakers. So let's put on the TV first. Now this is old school, so you're going to have a blue screen, and that is because it is now connected to the VHS and nothing is playing yet. What I have here is a wonderful box of 7 of 9. You may remember this from Star Trek Voyager, and this is a very nice box with 3 VHS tapes in there, and this came in 2 boxes. Let me show you. As you can see, let me try and line it up. These are 2 boxes, and this was making one picture. Over here you can see all the episodes, and these are all the episodes that came with 7 of 9. And the first 2, Scorpion Part 1 and Part 2, which I have been watching on these tapes last week, is where they meet with 7 of 9 for the first time and how she got integrated into the crew. So let me show you. If I pick out this tape, this is with the Scorpion 1 and 2 features, and there's a third feature on there also, but the first 2 is what I've been watching last week, and you see for each episode some information. Now, of course, if you open it, this is what a VHS tape looked like, for those of you who may not know or have forgotten. And this is just like a big cassette, 2 reels. It runs up and down. You put it in the player and it plays. There's a little notch over here where you could check out if the tape was still any good. Now, this still looks flawless. Sometimes it's all completely wrinkled up, but this one looks great. And what you do is you just put it in there. I see a little bit of action over here. This is the starting of the tape, a lot of noise. What a VHS does is tracking, meaning it is checking if the tape head runs well enough on the tape, and then if it's done with that, it will start playing. So let me just fast forward. You can see what there's a little. So let's put it on play. It slows down, it stops.
Require too much time. We need the technology now.
And this is Captain Janeway meeting with the Borg for the first time.
Species 8472 must be stopped. Our survival is your survival.
Let me turn down the volume as not to get into trouble. But over here you have a perfect little image of this VHS. Actually, I enjoyed it very much looking at a small screen CRT, playing some video. This is the time it was not widescreen yet, so this is not a widescreen TV, so this video plays full frame. Now of course this was, if it was made for TV, that is what it would be. If it was a film, widescreen film, which you could see widescreen in the cinemas, but if they put it on video, they would crop it. So they would take a bit of the movie from both sides and cut it off, giving you a full frame, but not the full picture. Later on, of course, when widescreen came up, it had a widescreen format, so you had the black bars on top and the bottom if you had a square TV like this. And after that, of course, the widescreen TVs came out, and still in CRT, and later on we get onto the LED, the flat screen TVs. Now I'm also playing this VHS on this TV, but this is just not a very good match. This is a cheap TV, it was very inexpensive, and it doesn't handle this analog signals instead of an HDMI signal. Not very good. The quality on this screen when played compared to when played on this flat screen, which is a more modern TV of course, but on this one it looks much better. That is how it was intended. So let's play a little bit of a Laserdisc and show you what that's all about. But of course, first you have to stop the VHS and then rewind it. So if the next time you take it out, if you don't do that, the film would be halfway. And it's not like modern streaming times, you just push the button, play from the beginning. No, you had to rewind. So that's what we're doing. Almost there. You know, in those days you had to have patience. It stopped. Eject. And there is your wonderful tape. Again, put it back in the box and you are done. Now, Laserdisc, of course, is a completely different format. It has this big player, which is even bigger. A little bit is hidden behind the door. Over there you can see all the power connections, another PS audio, power filter. But when I close it like this, the drawer can open just fine. Let me show you. Now this is a big drawer. There is room in here for a CD single. You can play a CD in here. You can place a mid-size. Let me show you. I have this CD video, which is smaller than a Laserdisc and bigger as a CD or DVD. Let me show you. So here we have a wonderful Terminator 2 DVD. Two of them. So if I place this one next to it, you can see the CD video was a bit bigger than a DVD. And if we move on to Laserdisc, well, let's stay in style. I have the Terminator 2 also on Laserdisc, and let's compare it with this CD video, which is a lot smaller. These are wonderful editions. Great artwork. a lot of information could go in the insides because there's such a lot of room to work with, because these are as big as LPs. Let me pick one. So here we have a wonderful Norah Jones LP, and if we compare that to the Laserdisc, you can see these are the same size. Okay, so what does this look like from the inside? Well, just like an LP, it has the same cover, and you have to take care of it just like you have to take care of a CD LP. This is like a very big CD. Now on here is sound and movie, of course, but the movie is in analog format and the sound is in digital format. So let's place it in here. So what I'm doing is I'm playing the analog to the TV, the video part, and the digital part is going through the DA converter from the AV surround receiver played on these two little boxes. So it goes in there just like a CD, a DVD, a Blu-ray or a 4K does. You press play. And there it goes. Oh, I forgot one thing, and that is to change the control. And unfortunately, this is black and white. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reverse this SCART over here, because this has 3 inputs for 3 SCARTs and 1 output. 1 output going to the TV, but unfortunately only one of the outputs, one of the inputs is giving you color, the others give you black and white. So let's change that. Okay, so now you can see over here, this is the widescreen version, which was a thing, of course, the widescreen edition on Laserdisc. This was from the period that widescreen came up. These were very luxurious editions, and because this is a square TV, you have the black bars on top and below, and now we are playing.
The first Terminator was programmed to strike at me in the year 1984, before John was born. It failed. The second was set to strike at John himself when he was still a child. As before, the resistance was...
Okay, before we run into trouble about rights, let's turn it down. But this is what I wanted to show you for today, my wonderful analog corner. So the CD player, the DVD player, VHS, Laserdisc on a CRT TV, and through this AV surround sound receiver from Cambridge Audio. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. Let's finish up the vlog. Now remember, this was recorded on my phone with the microphone built in to the to my telephone. So I hope this works. Okay, that's all for today. If you enjoyed it, and I hope you did, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Today is Friday, so I'm wishing you a very happy weekend, and I'll see you next time.